Store-bought plant milk is expensive, and if you read the label, you're usually paying for a mix of water, gums, seed oils, and preservatives. The appeal of a dedicated nut milk maker is straightforward. It promises fresh, additive-free milk in your own kitchen in a matter of minutes. Older DIY methods required soaking almonds or oats overnight for at least 8 hours. These machines use high-speed blending and heating to skip the soaking phase entirely. They also process the ingredients finely enough that you avoid the messy, manual job of squeezing the liquid through a cheesecloth or a nut milk bag. But when you actually try to buy one, the market is flooded with identical-sounding 10-in-1 machines, leaving buyers to parse through nearly identical marketing claims. Choosing the right machine requires matching its specific structural compromises to your actual morning routine and physical constraints. The most common hidden friction with these devices is cleanup. Many models use permanently fixed blade assemblies, leaving you trying to scrub pulp out from under sharp metal corners. Then there's the reality of early mornings. Standard motors are loud, and lifting a heavy pitcher of boiling liquid can be a physical risk. This chart shows the 4 core trade-offs you have to balance: output volume, space efficiency, noise reduction, and material purity. As you prioritize one quadrant, the available space in the other 3 shrinks. Avoiding buyer's remorse means deciding which feature you're willing to sacrifice. If you have a household going through multiple cartons of plant milk a week, your primary constraint is volume. The IAGREEA machine addresses this with a massive 50-ounce internal capacity. To process that much material without leaving a chalky texture, it uses an aggressive 20-blade stainless steel cutting system arranged in an X-cross pattern. Looking at this comparison chart, a standard 32-ounce machine forces you to blend every day, while this 50-ounce yield gives you 5 to 6 cups of filter-free milk in a single run, cutting your weekly prep time in half. To house that much liquid and the motor required to blend it, the machine demands a significantly bulkier footprint on your counter. That sheer size and high blade count also mean louder operation, as the design skips premium sound dampening materials to keep costs manageable. This unit makes sense if you are willing to trade premium finishes and quiet mornings for unapologetic heavy-duty output. On the other end of the spectrum, if you live in an apartment with limited counter space, a large single-purpose appliance is a liability. The Furland and Lavatro models use an architecture designed to integrate multiple heating and blending programs into one compact housing. The intention is to completely replace your standalone kettle, juicer, and standard smoothie blender. The Lavatro model takes this a step further with a fully detachable base that allows you to wash the blades directly under the tap, but it suffers from severe, ongoing stock shortages. The Furland is consistently available, but its compact form factor forces a strict capacity limit of 32 ounces. That smaller build also means less thermal mass, resulting in a shorter 2-hour keep warm window compared to the 4 hours you get with larger units. These models justify their smaller capacities by maximizing the utility of every square inch they take up in your kitchen. For people living in shared spaces, the biggest barrier to making fresh milk isn't the effort. It's the inability to run a high-powered motor at 6 in the morning without waking up your family or roommates. The AMZ Chef machine approaches this problem by integrating a thick sound insulation cover and a shock absorption base. It also features a fully detachable inner cup that weighs just under 2 pounds. This lightweight design resolves the physical risk of wrestling a heavy, boiling hot glass pitcher out of a fixed base with wet hands. This exploded view highlights the core structural trade-off. The extensive outer layer of soundproofing insulation adds significant bulk to the machine's exterior footprint. Despite taking up the physical space of a large appliance, the internal capacity caps out at 33.8 ounces, keeping it firmly in the mid-size tier. You are actively dedicating countertop space to noise reduction and ergonomic safety, rather than maximizing liquid volume. If you plan to use a heating blender every day, long-term exposure of plastic components to boiling liquids becomes a serious durability concern. The Flolano solves this by using a food-grade 304 stainless steel interior, ensuring zero plastic contact with hot liquids. This diagram shows the internal mechanics. 12 precision blades push the liquid outward, where it collides against 4 distinct flow-disrupting columns. This constant impact breaks apart solid clumps to create a perfectly smooth texture. Looking at the cross-section, the machine uses a tiered capacity system to manage fluid dynamics, enforcing a strict 17-ounce limit for hot liquids to prevent overflow, while allowing 27 ounces for cold blends. The cost of this material purity and internal precision is that you lose the heavy sound-dampening features found in insulated models, and you are strictly limited in how much hot liquid you can process at once. This strict architecture makes the Flanello the smartest long-term investment for users who prioritize absolute material safety and a strain-free texture. The right machine is simply the one whose structural trade-offs align with your household's specific friction points. If you are meal prepping for a large family and value time saved over a quiet kitchen, the high-capacity IAGREEA is your workhorse. If you live in an apartment or wake up early, the noise-reducing AMZ Chef protects your mornings. If counter space is your absolute strictest constraint, the Furland condenses 3 appliances into one small footprint. And this flowchart brings us to our final recommendation. If your priority is long-term material purity and a perfectly smooth texture, the stainless steel Flanello is the safest bet. Audit your actual morning routine, decide exactly which compromise you're willing to make, and drop a comment below letting us know which trade-off drove your final decision.